It's recording. It was.
There you go.
It was recording before too.
Alright.
Okay.
Headspace and timing.
Okay.
Error.
Did you know that Americans eat out almost 4 to 5 times a week averagely? Some people grabbing a pizza or a hamburger on their way home is part of the daily routine, and fast food can be expensive, it can be easy, and it can be, well, fast. So, and a lot of times, you're hungry and you want something right away and it satisfies your hunger in maybe like 10 minutes or so. And plus, you don't have to do dishes. I mean, that's always a plus. But can fast food really be that healthy? I mean, that all depends on the choices you make. You can have the junk food, in small portions, but sometimes having a lot of the really bad stuff can't be that good for you, and eating it all the time is also really bad. The average restaurant meal contains almost an entire day's worth of calories and fat, and that comes from Katie Borg, she's a registered dietitian. She says that, not to mention it has way too much sodium and limited vitamins, minerals, and fiber, which is, obviously important things that you need in your diet. So today I'm going to try and persuade you to make better choices whenever you're eating by telling you what's found in the average junk food, effects it can have on your body, and also some of the ways that a lot of people are even motivated to eat junk food through the advertisements that people put on TV and through other media. So, I mean, I'm not, totally against junk food. I mean, I'm not saying, take it out of your life completely, but there's just a few things that you should probably know about it in order to, make better choices when you are eating the junk food. I've gotten, information from enuts.com, Discover Yoga Online, the National Institutes of Health, Katie Borg, the dietitian, and I have an example of an article from WSTV.com. So first I'm going to start by, sort of telling you some of the things that can be found in junk food that might surprise you. There are a few facts like the metal in a soda can costs more than the stuff that's actually in it, which is mostly water with additives and refined sugar and caffeine. The average can of soda has about 10 teaspoons of sugar, which is about that much sugar in one can of soda. I mean, I don't think anybody can imagine just eating that much sugar, but people do anyways without realizing it. And sugar comes from the sugar cane, and a stalk of sugar cane, meter long, maybe about that long, only produces about a teaspoon of sugar. So it takes 10 cans of sugar to produce just that amount to go into one can of soda. Next, people go to Burger King and McDonald's and they want to king size their meals and everything because it's, king size it for only $1 or whatever they do. And a king size Burger King meal can have about 1,800 calories in it, which is, the dietitians or whatever say a good count would be about 2,000 a day, maybe even less. So if you eat that one meal, you're getting more than even 3/4 of the total daily calorie count that you should need. And that 1,800 calories would take 6 hours of cycling to burn off, going 20 miles an hour. So it's going to be really hard to burn off all those calories that you've just ingested, and most people wouldn't want to take the time to cycle for 6 hours in order to burn off all those calories. A lot of foods come with artificial ingredients, so you think, oh, well, it's artificial, it probably doesn't have that much real sugar, and it'll still taste the same. But a typical strawberry artificial flavoring will have over 50 chemicals in it with no strawberries whatsoever. So, I mean, if you think about it, who would want to eat something that has that many chemicals in it I know sometimes people have allergies and stuff like that, but there's always more natural ways of eating artificially, or there's always healthier ways that you can go. So what exactly can eating too much junk food do to you? Yeah, it can make you overweight and everything, but how much, what is the real effect of it all? And regular eating of the junk food can lead to obesity and excess weight. And according to the National Institutes of Health, obesity and overweight together are the second leading cause of death behind tobacco use. And not only is it the second, cause of death, but it's preventable death. So it's not like a car accident or something like that. It's mostly tobacco and the drinking and the overeating that you can prevent if you really try to. There are 300,000 deaths per year due to obesity and overweight. Obese people have twice the risk of health problems. They're 100% greater chance of developing type 2 diabetes and 50% greater chance of developing any heart diseases than a person who would be of normal weight. In soft drinks, even though some are diet, but they can still have a little bit of the effects of a regular soda, they increase rates of bone fractures because they don't have the calcium and whatnot that you need for your bones to be healthy. So there's osteoporosis along with the obesity and the overweightness, and also it can cause kidney stones, not to mention the dental problems like tooth decay that can be caused by all the sugar and stuff that gets all over your teeth. And according to the WFTD.com, there was a 480-pound woman who died while they were trying to remove her from her couch because she had been sitting there for so long. She was literally stuck in the couch. Her name was Gail Laverne Grimes, and she was only 40 years old. She was too large to even get up and go to the restroom, so you can imagine what that was like. And in her autopsy, the cause of death was morbid obesity. So being overweight can indeed kill you. Now that you know some of the things that are in junk food and what effects it can have, let's look at some of the motivation that comes from the media and stuff like that to get people to eat this junk food. The food industry spends over $133 billion per year just in the U.S. advertising junk food. A lot of the common ways of advertising are the TV commercials and the newspapers and a lot of billboards, especially the ones on the highway, advertising the fast food you can get when you're on the go, and it may seem like the best route for some people. And it's also the product placement in films. If you watch a movie and your favorite actor is eating, a cheeseburger from McDonald's, it's going to make you want to go out and get a cheeseburger from McDonald's because it must be good. Your favorite person's eating it. So, strategically placed ads, the company is going to put an ad where they think it's going to be seen most and where they think it's going to have the biggest effect, and they do, if it's something that adults are going to want, they're going to show it during adult shows, but most of the ads shown during children's shows are ones for sodas and sugary cereals and candy and fast food. They have the little kids meals and the kids want to go get the toys, and they complain to their parents, so the parents still take them to get the toys just so they don't have to hear them complaining. And sometimes a lot of parents who just don't want to say no, so they'll give them to their children. A child averagely sees about 20,000 ads for junk food in a year. And that's a lot. So if the company would put their ads where they think it's going to be seen most and where they think it's going to have the biggest impact, so they put it on the children's shows, because the children will, tell the parents that they want this, and the parents don't want to say no, so they'll go ahead and do it. Now that you guys know there's what's in junk food, there's the effects of junk food and what it can have on your body, and there's also what makes people want to go eat junk food. Now, there's way different choices. You can have a diet soda instead, no sugar at all. Still has the caffeine that you want, and it may taste a little bit different, but it generally tastes around the same. It can be a lot healthier. Fast foods have their salads, and restaurants have salads, and you always drink water instead. So I'm not trying to say ban fast food completely from your life, and maybe think about some choices that you can make that can make your eating styles a little bit healthier.
Don't